Hello, welcome to the Nick and Kristen in the podcast. We are Nick and Kristen. We're married. We have a 7-year-old daughter. You're all cut up. Thank you for listening to the show.
And we just got our car washed, which leads us to our very first topic.
Yes, so shout out to Jeremy, who is one of the car washing attendants at the Chevron down the street from our house. And it's funny, as we were pulling up, we started talking about, man, that job seems like it would be a good job to have.
Well, we're unemployed from radio. Well,
Yeah.
I'm still a therapist, but Nick definitely is looking for something to do.
Yeah.
And I am always kind of on the eye for like, I was talking about this with my boss too at my therapy clinic. Like, man, wouldn't it be nice to have a job where you could just pop in some headphones, listen to some music, just kind of do something with your hands, not really like feel like you have to report to anybody, and then just be done at the end of the day.
Yeah, zero stress, zero pressure.
Yeah.
And that's the job that it looks like Jeremy has. I don't know.
I don't know what
the
the stress is that he deals with on a daily basis. But when we pulled up, we handed him the receipt, and he said, "By the way, love the podcast." And immediately I just felt like, oh my gosh, that's so wild.
Yeah, it's weird because we used to run into people that loved our show.
Yeah.
And like, hey, like listen to you guys in the morning. And I never thought it would happen for the podcast because our podcast numbers are not like huge numbers. And so the fact that he specifically said the podcast, thank you, Jeremy. You validated everything that we're doing.
It did really feel good. Like,
Yeah.
It felt really weird because, like, now that we're not on a radio station, it sort of feels like, well, we're just going to fade into obscurity. Like, nobody's even going to know or care who we are. Not that we really care about that.
Yeah.
But then, like, to be, like, recognized for something we are doing felt on our own.
Yeah.
Just felt really good. It was like, oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
So thanks, Jeremy.
And I was at a bridal show on like last weekend, and somebody there noticed me, and they said that they were sad that we got fired from the job, and so that was like, oh, I expect that to happen a lot.
Yes, but then to mention like the podcast, like that's like, oh man, you're a day one follower. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeremy. Also, tell me more about this job because I could see myself doing that job, washing cars. This summer is coming. You probably need someone out there to also listen to headphones while you're out there.
Yeah.
And I'm the guy.
Nick will listen to a Star Wars book, and you guys can wash cars together. It would be great.
That would be great. Let's do that, Jeremy. After we washed our car, we headed over to the Walmart, and we went there originally. Why did we go there? We were looking for
fabric.
I
wanted to try to see if I could find some strawberry fabric because I was making something, and I didn't end up finding any fabric. But as you do, you kind of just wander around.
So much stuff.
Lily needed some like new shorts for summer, and we were like, well, let's get some bubble or like solution refill because all of her bubbles were out.
All the little stuff that you see that you're like, and we've been so tight on our budget lately that I needed this like feeling to get out and just buy some dumb stuff. We didn't spend a lot of money, but it was like little stuff that we saw. And you saw a see-through bird feeder.
We have a ton of birds. So back when we had money and we were just spending it like it was never going to go away.
Regretting that now.
We went to Costco and I bought 50 pounds of bird feeder because I thought, oh, like, wouldn't it be nice? We'll feed the birds and Nick's really into birds and like we'll get a Washington bird map and we'll check off the birds that we see in the backyard.
Basically, you put the bird seed in a bucket and put it in the backyard. It rained once. It turned into like mush, and I was like, that's never going to happen. So we got a see-through bird feeder that's suction cups to our window. So it's like a little clear house. You put the bird seed in, and then the birds will come up and hopefully sit on the perch. Yeah, and you can see them through the window.
And we'll be able to observe them and be like, okay, it's red and white, and let's look up what that bird is. So we're like $6 at Walmart.
I know it was a hell of a deal.
Heck of a deal.
I was 100% on board because I like birds.
He loves birds.
And so now we're watching it like hawks.
I know.
Waiting for the first bird to discover the bird feeder.
Yeah,
because it's kind of off to the side a little bit.
They said like 10 feet away from like a natural habitat.
Yeah.
That's about as far as you can kind of go. And like it's like 3 feet away from like the bushes and the trees.
So many birds. Yeah.
And so I pour the bird seed in. From the minute I walk into the house, Nick goes, how long do you think it's going to take for them to discover the seeds?
I was like staring at the window.
Way longer than that, buddy. Like nobody's watching right now going, oh, there she is.
I started noticing new birds that were floating around. I was like, oh, they know. It's because you put up the house. You stuck it to the window. And then I saw like some red and yellow bird that I'd never seen before. I know, but I was like, where'd that bird come from? And then all these birds started hitting the trees. I was like, are there just that many birds here?
Yes.
Or did they know something? Have they been waiting for us?
They're not like, oh, Kristen's bringing out the good stuff. They have zero idea that it's there. What's going to happen is in the morning when they're pecking through our grass looking for worms, as you do, they're going to go, what's that up there? Or they're going to see the birdseed that fell because I dropped a bunch. And they're going to go, this is new. And then they're going to look up and they're going to go, what's that all about? Then they're going to fly out there. And then you're going to hear chirp, 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 which is, guys,
I found it.
Birdseed.
That's what we're hoping for anyway. But it could go undiscovered for months.
It might.
Because it's like kind of out of the way. And I don't know how investigative birds are. You know what I mean? Like, do they fly around and look at everything and peck at everything?
I don't know.
Is that food? Is that food? Is that food?
What do you have to be, an ornithologist or something like that for a bird?
Yeah. So I will let you know. We'll put up a live
bird
cam.
Watch.
I have an extra camera that I could put up for a live cam. We just watch the birds.
You know what? This isn't a bad idea. You go on TikTok. You stream just all day on TikTok. Live bird feed cam. I know it would sucker you in if you saw that. Like, this could be a viable business for us at this point.
We're monetized on Facebook, and I'm monetized on YouTube. We're not, but I am, and so I could go live.
Bird feed cam.
I could go live on TikTok. So yeah.
And then you could do commentary. You could be like, all right, you saw, what was it the other day? You told me there was a new bird.
A red-breasted woodpecker, or a red-breasted sapsucker.
Sapsucker.
It's like nutsucker. The names on birds are like my favorite thing.
Whoever names birds. So Nick, I come home from work after like 8 hours. I sit down, I eat one spoonful of my dinner, and he goes, by the way, we saw a red-breasted sapsucker today. And I go, what? I need so much more context. And he's like, Lily saw something red in the tree. So we grabbed our bird app and we opened it up and oh my gosh. And he got video of it and it was like pecking at the thing. And I was like, what's it doing? He's like, it's a red-breasted sapsucker. Obviously it's looking for sap, Kristen. And I was just like,
it's a beautiful bird. You know what? I'm going to put the picture up here.
Oh,
please. I didn't shoot this for anybody. I'll even put video on here. It's welcome to your
Nick is dragging you along with us on our bird journey.
As I move my way into the elder years of my life, I know where I'm going. I'm going bowling and I'm bird watching on the weekends. So
good.
If you're okay with this being me, then we're gonna last
a while.
There's
way weirder things you could be into.
That's true. You brought up something that you think that I should be doing now that I am unemployed.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting around the house and you think I'm not doing anything?
Okay. So I don't want this to come off like I don't think you're not doing anything. Yeah. Like, I know you are every day actively looking for jobs. We're recording this podcast. You're editing this podcast. I very much know you're busy. You're cleaning the house like on a very regular basis. It always looks nice. You're cooking dinner for me. You're going grocery shopping. You're taking care of Lily. I know you're busy. So when I said this, I was like, gosh, I hope he doesn't take this as like, oh, what are you doing all day?
No, it's a project that you, it's a good idea. We were just kind of driving home from Walmart.
Yeah.
And you're like, why aren't we doing more projects?
Yeah. So like a while back, I got a bee in my bonnet about doing some DIY around the house. There's something you need to know about me, and it's that I love working with my hands. I love learning new things, and I love learning new skills, and I love doing things like actively, tangibly with my hands. That's why I like pottery and sewing and knitting and all those kind of they're more crafty things.
Yeah.
But I wanted to translate that into like DIY around the house. And so years ago, again, back when money was flowing, we went to Home Depot and I bought all new flooring for one bathroom. So like 3 packages of this kind of like snap in place flooring. And because it was a bathroom that I wanted to redo, I bought like the waterproof kit, like the spacers, everything you would need to redo the floor. And I always said one day we're just going to rip up the linoleum and we're going to lay this kind of hardwood plank snap in place floor.
Yeah.
And I bought new tools. I have everything.
Like we went ham. Yeah.
I want everything that I need to do this. And every time we've had a garage sale, I'm like, should we just put this out? And you've always been like, no. One day we're going to get to it.
Well, yeah, because the only thing that's stopping us is us.
It's time.
And time.
It was always time. When are we going to do this?
And we had a young kid.
Right.
And we knew that this wasn't going to be 3 hours. So we weren't going to rip up the floor, put the floor down and be like, there it is, done.
Right.
We knew that it was going to have to be open and exposed to a child. And we don't want to have to deal with that. So,
although the flooring was always meant for our bathroom. But now I kind of want to do hers because I think there could be mold. But so anyways, like, so we're going to find out. But like, so it's been sitting there and I was like, hey, why aren't you doing this? Like, why don't you take this on? Like, I always wanted it to be my project.
Yeah.
But like, that's just not going to happen for me while this is going on. But what would be great is if you did it, you learned how to do it.
Yeah.
And then the next time could teach me, because I'm not a great YouTube learner. Because I'm like, hey, I have a question. And then he just keeps going. Like, whereas you learn really great from YouTube. You're able to extrapolate the information and kind of problem solve. And this way, when I go, well, what do we do about this? You could explain it to me, and then I could really be helpful.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, like, why not be doing that? Why not be painting in the walls? Why not be patching up holes? Why not be doing these kinds of things since we have time?
What I'm realizing is that you saw that I fixed the shoe rack with duct tape.
I did.
And you were like, well, why not go big or go home? Let's redo the floors.
Well, and like, we've been wanting to redo the cabinets.
Yeah, and we just we don't have the time, and
it always was like, time. It was always time. It was always energy. It was like, well, we only have so much time with Lily every day. We wanted to spend time with her, and we weren't willing to give that up. But now that like you find yourself with a couple hours every day, because I know you're busy.
Yeah.
But there's maybe an hour every day that you could work on something.
Yeah, I mean, if you give me a project.
Yeah. Well, you're going to get obsessive
I'm
about it.
going to get obsessive about it. So yeah, but my biggest problem is starting it, and then once I started, I'm unstoppable. So,
but that's what I'm banking on, right?
I know, yeah. So it's once I did get the guts to rip the floors up, then I can't just sit there with the floors up. I'm like, okay, well, so I will spend the next 2 days learning how to do this.
Okay,
taking all the tools and seeing what I can see and figuring it out. And I think that why not? What else am I doing?
What else are you doing, right?
I can live stream the whole process, or I can document the process and give us something to talk about on the podcast.
It gives us something to, it gives us content, but also like, and I say this, I'm not trying to like freak anybody out. I'm certainly not trying to freak myself out.
Yeah.
But like, there's a very good possibility that if we want to work in radio again, like we're going to have to move.
Yeah.
And like moving looks like selling this house. And there has been no renovations to this house since we moved in, because we were always kind of like, well, first of all, we don't know what we're doing. And second of all, like, why would we move? And now there's a possibility where it's like, well, this might not be our forever house. And so if we learn how to do these things, and the house ends up kind of looking nice, and something goes, hey, a radio station says, hey, we need you here in 2 months, then we won't have wasted all this time.
Yeah.
The house will be in good showing shape, and we could be like, all right, let's sell it, and we might get some money for it.
And the skills we learned doing this house, we can translate to the next house
exactly.
that we buy, and then
that's
just
what I'm saying.
Start customizing. No, I know that's what these houses are for. Like, this is supposed to be our first and like starter home where you go in and you break stuff, and we've been here for 5 years. And we haven't broken anything, and so it's like we haven't even painted the walls. There is a stain on our bathroom or in our bedroom wall.
Yeah,
it's just like a white. It looks like a bird pooped on the wall.
It does, yes.
And they used to have a picture there, I'm assuming, and it's just still there 5 years later. We have done zero anything.
Nothing.
There's patches that are just like paint patches that they paint.
Yes.
The only thing we've done is painted Lily's room and my room because I wanted it darker for video. And she wanted rainbows.
Yeah,
so
I mean, like
we've done absolutely nothing.
But we should.
We should. While we're here, we might as well.
And we're not going to do a sloppy job because like you'll be able to take the time to research how to do it. So let's do it already.
Yeah, we're gonna mess it up, or I'm gonna mess it up at least a couple times.
We just can't hire a contractor, so you just got to figure it out.
All I have are the materials. So when I run out of those, whatever's left. Hopefully, you bought way more than we needed.
I think so. Yeah, at least for Lily's bathroom, you could probably do ours and Lily's. So
you also
now
said,
Lily's twice.
Yeah, there you go. Then you said. Well, you said you bought like a saw for the. I was like, how are we going to cut this? You're like, oh, I bought an electric saw.
I bought a saw.
I was like, well, hospital bills. Like, I don't know if we have.
Well, we do have insurance.
That's true.
And maybe I should take a life insurance policy.
You might have maxed out our deductible, so we might be all right.
Haven't gotten the gallbladder surgery overnight hospital bill yet.
Yeah.
But I did look into my 401k, and it did say that I could take it out, money out, penalty free if there's a medical emergency.
Oh, really?
And so I was like, okay, well, I don't know if this is considered medical emergency, but like...
We have to clarify what the emergency
maybe
is.
It could have killed me. I don't know.
Well, no, it definitely could have killed you, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it kept going, it could have inflamed.
All right, well, thank you for watching, and we'll keep you updated on the bird feeder and the brand new bathroom.
Yes, the home improvement with Nick Steele.